Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our webinar on do I have to keep upselling my PMO to take it forwards? In the live version of this, two of us presented, myself, David Dunning, and Ricardo Santos. This is a post-event recording, so Ricardo's not speaking on this, but you can read about us by stopping the presentation. But I should also mention a couple of other guys really helped us putting the material together and reviewing the content. They were Alex Shapley and Martin Sunfire. So what shall we cover today? We're going to introduce and cover and same page everyone with respect to what a PMO is and what a PMO remit might be. We understand that PMOs exist, large and small, black and white, squares and triangles. We'll introduce what business integrated governance is, and we'll align how a PMO would relate to business integrated governance by introducing this concept of business support in the PMO. We'll discuss how to tackle introduction of business support to support business integrated governance, or the introduction of business integrated governance which is enabled by business support. We'll discuss both of those angles. We'll discuss what to do first and wrap up and give plenty of time for questions and answers, fingers crossed. So a PMO. PMOs come in all shapes and sizes, so let's just make sure we all understand each other as to what we mean. Well, first of all, let's understand what we mean by the P in PMO. For some people, it is one or all of these. A portfolio management office, a program management office, a product management office, a project management office. These different entities have different needs in terms of governance and support, and clearly the definition of a PMO will have greater or lesser extent depending on what it is that we're supporting. Further influences on scale and scope of service, whether the PMO supports at the corporate level, the strategic elements and the cross-cutting programs that go across a business, whether a PMO is supporting a joint venture between ourselves and another organisation, is focused on one particular department, or is embedded in one particular function or another. If we look around the definition of a PMO and what services it provides, we can find a number of sources of good practice. Many of you are aware of P3O, as am I, a really impressive publication that's been around for a number of years now, and there are training courses that you can find which cover all the standard services that a PMO might provide. But in summary, thinking of it simplistically, support office will help us make decisions. It will provide the centre of excellence and knowledge and good practice and help us apply it. It will give us delivery support to operate and report and provide insight, and it may even step aside from that and offer a level of assurance where it checks we're doing things the right way and that we're doing the right things potentially. Support around projects, programs, portfolios, products is a given. Effective support, for example, has been noted as contributing to project success, and just as equally important, avoidance of failure. And there's a link there that you can access an APM publication which says exactly that. So what is BIG? What is business integrated governance? Business integrated governance is a model that explains how to connect strategic drivers, the BAU organisation, those that are focusing on managing products and delivering value, and those that are implementing change. It enables information-centric decisions across the enterprise, enabling clear accountability. The model has been created over the course of about 3 years by a number of volunteers in the core P3M Data Club, and it was published into the Praxis framework for portfolios, programs and projects in November 2010, and is available in the public domain off the core P3M Data Club website. Links to both of those things are on the bottom of the page here. Big is a very short word, but there are many components which make up business integrated governance. Obvious ones like a clear organization structure and a reporting framework, a clear breakdown of our accountabilities into what we call a governance model. So how do we map what accountabilities there are to the organization structures and people that we have in our organization? What does that look like? To do that, we need effective information to help us run our agendas for governance, and that information needs to come from a reliable source, so we rely on an effective data and integration solution. And these things then enable us to focus on who is accountable for what, and run agendas that enable us to confirm that we are being accountable and are in fact empowered to achieve what we've been tasked to do. And those may be projects, programs, business as usual, work streams, products, whatever it is we have within our organization. To enable those things to function, we need to provide effective business support to help us to understand our process and our tools and our roles and our governance operations. And of course, we need effective assurance so that we're doing the right things the right way. And lastly, effective leadership to steer the way with respect to how we integrate governance with our whole corporate being. And we need leadership also to drive the way with respect to change and sustainment of the ecosystem that grabs and pulls all this together.